Good afternoon, everyone. I'd just like to first start off by welcoming Donovan Jackson, Todd, Melanie, Gracie. Welcome to the Vikings family. It's been great to get to know you in this short period of time. I think when Todd, his dad, walked in my office, he said, "I liked your golf analogy," and I got to correct it. I think I talked about hitting it short of the green and getting up and down for bogey. I got my friends from home getting on me pretty good about basic counting of golf. So I just wanted to correct that. I do know that would have been par. But I think me and Todd both need to work on our games, we decided. But really excited to welcome Donovan to the Vikings family. We talked about in our evaluation process really seeing him early as a player that we were interested in. You saw the play at guard. We started watching him last year and early in this year. And then to see the light come on at tackle, we say the word selfless often, and I think selfless is a word we all like to say about ourselves, but selfless in action. You're talking about everything on the line for his personal future, and what he did for his team and resulted in a national championship run is something that he should be proud of as a player and something that we're proud to bring to this organization. And as a player, obviously really, really sound player in both phases and pass protection, a great reactive athlete, can anchor down the pocket, keep depth for that guy behind him from that school up north. And then in the run game, just a really solid player, strains throughout the down, really creates movement. Something we're really, really excited to add to our line and our room, a talented room that we're excited to assemble. So just with that, I'd like to welcome Donovan and his family and welcome to the Vikings.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. To wear such a prestigious color. I'd like to thank Vikings ownership for, taking a chance at, a kid in Columbus, Ohio. But, I couldn't have gotten this far. I'd like to thank first and foremost my parents. They've sacrificed so much for me, whether it be driving me to and from school, to and from workouts, lessons, anything of the sort, staying on me, whether it be, academically, athletically, or just being a respectable young man. And I wouldn't be here without their guidance. I'd like to thank former coaches who have shaped me not only, physically, but mentally as well to get to this point as well. And lastly, I'd like to thank Ohio State University to put me in a position to succeed. Always believed in me, always gave me the opportunity to be great. And, all that is a culmination of success to this point. So there's too many people to thank, too many people to name, but I'm thankful for it all, and I'm blessed and grateful to be a Minnesota Viking.
Donovan, how much more real does this feel? I mean, I'm sure it hit you last night, but now being here, holding up the jersey, and being here now.
Yeah, when I got the call, I was like, man, that's really cool. And then I got here, I was like, man, this is my first day at work, and so that was a pretty cool feeling. I always joked with my parents through this process that oh, no, you gotta let me stay here because I'm unemployed, but now I actually have a job. But it's a lot more real now. I'm just really excited to get to work and get to know everybody in the locker room.
You came here for a pre-draft visit. What did you like most about that before you were actually drafted?
Yeah, my pre-draft visit, I loved it. From the support staff to the facilities to ownership and management, everyone in between, welcomed me with open arms. I knew after the visit this is where I wanted to be. I understand it's not like college, you can't commit to an organization, but I told my agent if we can, I really want to go to Minnesota. But I'm blessed to have it all work out in the way I want it to be. And I know I'm in a place where I'm needed and wanted. So I'm just ready to get to work and help win games.
You guys had a pretty athletic offensive line at Ohio State. A lot of footwork, a lot of stuff where you look real athletic. Just tell me about that, being an athlete as opposed to just alignment.
Yeah, football changes is one of the beautiful things of that, and defensive line changes, so offensive lines has to change along with that. At Ohio State, we kind of focus on more of the athletic type and then build them up through strength and agility from that point. And so I was blessed enough to come in with both of those aspects, so I was able to hit the ground running a little bit. But I had great coaches over there, Coach Fry, Coach Solani, Coach Drevno. They helped me out a whole lot, especially in that last year of what we wanted to do in that year.
Donovan, what did that experience of moving from guard to tackle kind of abruptly teach you? Just what did you learn that you can now apply going back to guard?
Yeah, It was unfortunate the way I got the position with so many of my brothers getting hurt. But, at the end of the day, I just wanted to help the team win more than anything else. It doesn't matter what my goals are as long as the team wins and my goals are set aside. But what I learned from that is just how to block different types of rushers. When you're at guard, you kind of fight in the phone booth. When you're at tackle, you're kind of going against a guy who is a little bit of a different body type. But, every team has their own sack package, rush package. And so, regardless, those rushers can line up on you, whether it be, on top of the center through all the way to the outside of the tackle. So just being able to learn how to block those type of rushers and be able to decipher what moves they're going to give me.
Do you look at that as like a one-off thing that you did because of the injury situation there, or is it something that you think that if needed you could do at this level too?
If needed, I'll play whatever positions that is required of me. Just like in college, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
Is it true that your high school coach wanted you to go to the University of Minnesota?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he was kind of pounding the table for me to go visit UM. I was like, I don't really know. Ironically, Ohio State was my only Midwest visit I took, and he was like, well, if you went to the other one, you would have loved that too. But I rep the scarlet and gray, so I think it worked out.
Being from a big-time program, obviously winning the national championship, what do you think, like being in the spotlight, having all of that pressure kind of gets you ready to take this leap and start, running?
Yeah, I would say being in those big moments, I would say helps me out a little bit. But, college is college. This is a different atmosphere, different environment. You're going against guys who, been in the league for a long time, doing the things the right way. So, it's time to be a professional. It's no longer, going to class and going to, football after. So it's a different environment.
Donovan, when you made that move to left tackle, how did that come about? Was that something that you went to them and told them you were willing to do, or did they come to you with the idea? How did that conversation start?
They came to me. So our starter, Josh Simmons, he went down against Oregon. Then our backup, Zim Maholsky, went down the following week against Nebraska. And so the Coach Day and Coach Fry, our O-line coach, he came to me saying, hey, like, we believe that we would have great success if you moved out to tackle. Ultimately, they left the decision in my hands. They said, well, if you do well, this might happen. If you do bad, this might happen. Had an agent at the time. He gave me the exact same spiel. But I believe that me moving out to tackle, I would feel like we would have greater success than, say, putting a guy who didn't have a whole lot of experience playing starting minutes. So, of course, there was a little bit of learning curve. I had to, drop that leg back a little bit, maybe be able to set in space. But that just came from my mentality of if I just wanted to help the team win. And my dad taught me from a young age, like, if you're going to do anything, you better do it the best of your ability, because one, I'm paying for it, and two, that you carry the Jackson name on your back, and that name carries not only yourself but all those who came before you. So I knew if I'm moving out, I had to switch my mindset of being a guard at tackle. I had to tell myself, like, no, you're a tackle. I couldn't give myself that excuse mentally. And so, just really anything to help the team win, that was my main goal.
How long did it take you to deal with whatever uncertainty you might have had at the beginning of that process?
Probably around like 2 days. They first told me, and I was kind of like, you serious? And because at that point, I'd only played guard. I think I didn't even practice it. And so when they told me, I was like, you guys have to be joking. And then Coach Day didn't smile. And so I kind of figured, oh, wow, he actually is serious. And so I wrestled with it. That's when I made all my phone calls to my parents, agents, all that. And then the next day I came, I was like, all right, let's do this. And so, no, it wasn't just me alone. I practiced with great edge rushers, and they helped me out before practice, after practice, even during practice, just getting my stance right and making sure I can excel when the lights are bright.
How did you feel when you came out of that first game after switching and making the move?
After that first game, I knew I left some stuff on the field that I wish I could have got back, but you can't complain about a win, but my performance on the field wasn't to the standard I held myself. And so that's why we have film, so you can watch it, learn from it, grow from it, and move from there.
You talk about. Go ahead, Dane.
You talk about being all about the team. Does that selflessness come from your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It stems from just me hating to lose more than the love to win. I have that competitive fire in myself, and that whenever that's needed to me, whether it be moving out to another position, I'm willing to do so if that means that we can win games. And the position we were in, I think it was like week 6, and so we had a whole half of the season to go, and so people started doubting us down the O-line group, but I was like, no, man, like we can turn this around. No matter who's playing in the game, though, we all got this.
And you did touch on this a little bit last night, but I'm just curious, like, your excitement level for playing with some of the veteran guys that are in the Vikings O-line room, and then if you've been able to connect with any of them, and I know it's just been a really short time.
Yeah, I'm very excited. There are guys in the O-line room who have played football at a very high level for a very long time, doing the right things, and they reached out to me after the draft. So I'm very excited to one, get to know them, and then get into work.
Donovan, aside from winning, what brings you joy on the football field?
Speaking as an offensive lineman, I would say 5 guys working for one goal. I would say offensive line is a very unique position that if one guy's off, the play doesn't work. So any play, whether it be good or bad, you gotta live and die by. And so seeing those long runs, the perfect pocket, so the quarterback can step through his throw instead of throwing off his back foot, seeing all those big plays happen, you gotta take pride in that. You gotta take pride in what you do as offensive lineman, as a man. So that's what brings me joy, and especially working with guys all around me who are working towards the same goal.
Donovan, obviously you mentioned it a couple of times, agent, in college, which we're still getting used to, but do you think, maybe it's a better question for Kevin or Queasy, but do you think you come in better NFL ready? Because at Ohio State, there was a big payroll, they had Coach Day in their crosshairs if you didn't win the national championship. There was a lot of stuff that felt kind of like the NFL when we watched Ohio State this last year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ohio State as a program prepared me to take the next step in terms of level of football. I go against great guys every day who are currently still in this draft, and hopefully, they get picked where God willing, where they want to be. But in terms of all that stress, man, Coach Day always said that pressure is always a privilege. People watch and they expect things from you, and that's what stems from pressure. But if you come in prepared, if you come in every day ready to go, then pressure doesn't happen.
Where do you see yourself growing your game at this next level?
That's the beauty of football, that the game's never stagnant. You always have to grow. You always have to improve in what you're doing. So all aspects of my game I want to improve in. There's not one point where I'm satisfied or content of what I'm doing on the football field.
Was that your cat that went viral last night? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. His government name is we call him Leo, but his government name is Leonardo DiCaprio. But I didn't know that he was going to make an appearance on that video. Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw it on my phone hours later.
So you're a cat person. I saw Tyleek Williams also had his cat on NFL Network today. I think he mentioned that you guys were cat people.
Yeah, we were roommates for 2 years. So us two and another roommate who currently plays at IU, but we all shared a cat together then, and Tyleek has 2 right now. But I'm open to all animals, not just cats. Yeah.
Couple more.
We can't finish on that.
Donovan, in your preparation for the draft, what kind of research did you do, or what did you find in your research regarding potential landing spots, and specifically about here?
Yeah, this is a unique experience because one, I don't have a choice, so I kind of say yes sir to wherever I go. But I'm blessed enough to be in a place that I truly believe in, and the ownership believes in me. So that's first and foremost very blessed to be in this situation. But in terms of research, I just try to put myself in terms of my physical and mental abilities ready to go to when my number's called, I can go make a play.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.